I'm so excited to like get into this video.
I know. I'm so excited to talk about it. I'm so excited. Just so you know, a handful of people only knows this is. I have not been public with this.
Wow.
So. And also, I had gotten like 3 questions about the picture. They were just like people from Top of the Rock. They were like, hold up, are you in a poly relationship with them?
Oh, that was the point.
No, I know. I did that on purpose. I was like, you know what's so funny? People are not gonna know what they're going into, so they're just gonna assume when we write that
exactly.
It's us.
I was just like, OMG, this station
that would happen. I got the weirdest likes. I got the weirdest likes. It was so weird. People that never liked my shit. I was like, you're
people
about
are definitely
that
gonna
weird shit.
watch just to just be nosy, but it's cool. More views.
Exactly. And then they get the real story when
they join.
Exactly.
It's called bait clicking, and that's exactly what we're doing here. All right. So this is very interesting. We even we took the time to like look up polyamorous relationships and stuff like that. Like I remember I fell into a deep rabbit hole on TikTok months ago about it as well. And I have my own views on it, but I don't want this to be a judgmental video for anyone that's tuning in, because I know there's a really large community of poly life and they're entitled to do whatever the fuck they want. Exactly. I believe everyone gets to do whatever they want. It's just how you go about it. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I want you to introduce yourself. How do you know us? And why did you feel like you were ready to share this story?
Okay, so my name's Alexis. I am 27 years old and I know you guys through Justin. He was my manager at Top of the Rock. And we followed each other on Instagram, and I saw you were posting a lot of podcasts, and I was interested in that. So I followed you, and that's how I know about you guys. And the reason why I decided to talk about my experience, one, because I feel like I need to talk about it. I don't, only a handful of people know about this. And I feel like it would be like, I just want to make sure that what I'm going through is normal, and what I'm feeling is normal, and that I'm not crazy or bugging and stuff like that. So, and also I want to make people aware about this too. Like poly, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for everyone. It wasn't for me. It's nothing wrong with it. It's for some people, it's just not for everyone.
Yeah.
But I can say at least I tried it, and I know that it's not for me.
Just get right to the story then. Fuck it.
So I'm going to give you guys a background before I start. So I was in a relationship for 5 years. I don't know if I should say names, and can I curse on this? Because
you can curse. You can say what you want. Say what you feel comfortable saying.
So I've been in a relationship for 5 years, on and off. Last year we kind of broke up for about 6 to 8 months, and during this breakup we were dating other people. His more serious than mine, and that was okay. We decided in October 2020 to get back with each other. And when we decided to do this, he did hurt someone. While the person he was with, he hurt that person. He just left the person and got back with me, So that really was a bad start. So when we got back with each other, let's say the first 2-3 months, it was good.
I want to touch on something right there. Do you think, did you want him back because you seen him with somebody else and you missed him, or was it selfish reasons, or is just
it was more of, because I was with somebody too. I was dating other people, and I was okay with him being with her. I had him on Instagram here and there, and it didn't really bother me until he was always reaching out to me. He was always trying to make things work. And I didn't want to start something with somebody else knowing that I was still thinking about him.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of I did miss him, but I just, I didn't want to do that. So I decided to, for us to get back with each other. And, I would say that I was very toxic, and not towards him, but I was doing things going on this girl's Instagram page and watching her stories and comparing myself to her and seeing how much happier she was without him. So it kind of made me look at him different, like, is it you? Like, you know, like, am I not happy? Because once we got back with each other, I stopped working out, stopped doing yoga. You know, I was just dedicating my time to him. So it, you know, it got bumpy and stuff like that. And fast forward to April, we went on our first vacation ever. Been with each other for 5 years. First vacation ever. We moved into our first apartment, and within the first week, I probably left, like moved out and moved in like 3 times, because we were just arguing so much about just things that I felt like he wasn't giving me or doing, you know? And he just had enough. He broke up with me. He was just like, listen, I can't do this no more. You gonna leave? Just leave, you know, like don't come back. And it was kind of back and forth because we have an apartment together, both our names on it. And I'm the type of person, like my environment affects me a lot. Like my home needs to be good in order for me to do other things. So I decided to just leave him the apartment and just go back to where I was at before. And, you know, but I was so depressed. Like I quit my job. That's how depressed I was. Like I was just so heartbroken. I already knew, I had a feeling that he was talking to her, you know. And
how recent was this? Like
this was at the end of April, the beginning of May. We moved in April, on April 17th, April 19th. So a week, like towards the end of April. So, you know, I had a feeling that he was talking to her, and it just so happens that I was right. I went on her page and she was at his work area. And, you know, I went off. I called and I was like, yo, you lied to me. Like, how can you do this? Like, it was insane. And we didn't talk for like 2-3 days. And then one day he calls me. He's just like, listen, I love you. Can you just please come home? Like, I want to make it work with you. I want to give you my all. I don't want nobody else. Like, you know, just come home. And me, you know, like a dumbass, was just like, yeah, you know, this is what I prayed for. I was crying for this. I was begging for him to take me back, and God answered my prayer. Let me go. Yeah. So I went back home that night, and he was honest with me. He told me that he did see her, that she did come over to his job, and they talked about, they had like a closure, you know, and he did tell me that she reached out to him because she noticed that our pictures was down, and she was just assumed that we broken up. And, you know, she was just like, you know, I will always, if you want to be friends, we can be friends. So he said he got confused with that, you know, but that he still wanted her in her life. So he explained to me how he doesn't understand, how can a person that he known for 6 to 8 months make him feel the way I made him feel in 5 years. And I felt so disrespectful. Like that's
rebound. That's
wait,
rebound shit.
Wait. Can I just give like a non-biased opinion here?
Okay.
I feel that is normal. There are certain people that come into your life and do make you feel a different way. Like, for example, honey, I was in a previous relationship for almost 10 years of my life, and I and him connected on such a level in 1 month, more than I ever had with someone that I was with for 10 years. So I feel like we can't really put a time frame on when someone falls for somebody.
Yes.
And if that is the case, it's unfortunate. But I do think that it's commended that he was honest about it.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of guys that would lie.
No, and exactly. I appreciate that. And I do agree with that. And the reason why me and him got into that conversation was because I had a friend that he had kind of made me stop talking to when we got back together. And it kind of bothered me because I was just like, that's just a friend. That's a friend that motivates me. And that's a friend, like, you know, that's something that you don't give me, you know? And then he brought this up and I was just like, okay, you know, that's how I felt about my friend. So I was kind of open with the idea, like, all right, this girl makes him feel some type of way, you know, like she gives him the motivation, she makes him happy, you know.
Wait, but was that friend, were you intimate with that friend? That he was making you cut off? Okay.
I was.
So then that is fair.
It is fair. I was. So
can I just add something to that? To the flip side of the whole 3 months falling for somebody, it could also be the rebound aspect of where she was just so different from you. So he thought that he was getting everything he wasn't getting with you. And you could just think that you're falling in love sometimes.
Yes. Too. The grass is greener.
What I felt the disrespected part was the things that he said. He said that she done things for him, and I guess he forgot all the shit that I've done for him. But you know, when I broke up with him, you know, we were living with each other like for 4 years, you know. So when I broke up with him, it was like, all right, you know, you got to go. You know, this was last year. So she kind of took him in and his dog. And he felt like, wow, you know, she done a lot for me. This girl didn't know me at all. And, you know, she done a lot for me. And, you know, just other things too. But I was just like, damn, you know, I was there for you when your grandmother died. I was there for you when, you know, the reason why you still have this dog is because your mom didn't want it. And I welcomed you and your dog, you know, like, and I felt like he forgot those things. Yeah. So that's why I was just like, you know, I've done those things for you too. But whatever, I understood. You know, I know people come, I met someone that made me feel ways that he didn't make me feel. But fast forward, so he goes and he asks me to, if I can accept being her friend and accept him being her friend, that I didn't have to be her friend, but if it was okay if they were friends, because, you know, she was fun. She brought out a different side from him, you know, like, yeah, another reason why we broke up, this was, I didn't mention this, but like during that argument, like when I was coming in and out the house, like he was basically told me I was boring, that I don't go out, that I'm not like, why I stopped doing my gym stuff, why I stopped exercising. It was all because of, you know, it goes back to me being toxic and me comparing. So it's like everything all falls like back to me.
That's so interesting, because I feel like if anything, what he's doing, in my opinion, in his brain, is that he's noticing that the relationship with you isn't the same anymore. And maybe he's falling out of it, right? But he still wants to keep you there. Exactly. And he still wants to have you as an option. So now he's like, wait, you know what? Let me be halfway honest. And let me introduce this person and say, let's be friends, allow this moment so that I can see what's going on. And while you're still there hurting, just finding out about it, he's not taking you into consideration at all so far. Like,
and he's trying to break you down in the same minds, in the same time frame, trying to get your confidence down so you could still want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's incredible. But continue.
It is. Woo! It is.
So, narcissistic behavior, let's just say.
It is. My friend just told me that, and I was just like, wow, you're right. Ooh. But so, you know, we had the conversation. He was just like, I want you to meet her, or, you know, like, I just want you guys to like talk. And I told him, I was like, listen, I'm okay with that. I want to be open to new things, because, you know, let me try to be nice. I'm not a person who's like, I hate this person. I'm a very friendly person. I'm open to new things. So I was just like, okay, I'm willing to do it, but I'm not reaching out. So she would have to do that part, you know, because yeah.
Do you feel that you made the decision to do it because he wanted to and it would make him happy and you guys would still be together? Or did you genuinely deep down inside say, this is what I can try this?
I knew first when he brought this situation, it was just as friends. You know, I didn't know what was going to become. I just wanted to feel secure, you know, like I wanted to feel like, all right, let me just be open about this. Let me have her, you know, but I wasn't okay with that. I knew I wasn't going to be okay with it, but I just wanted to try, you know. How am I not going to know if I like something if I didn't try? So that's why I wanted to, you know, be open. So, you know, he ended up speaking to her. She ended up reaching out to me. I'd send you that conversation. That was like the first conversation. And basically, you know, we both know it's weird. You know, we both know this person wants us in his life. We don't know how this is going to work, because both of us love this guy. So how's this going to work? You know, so we're trying to navigate through that. So I wrote some things down because I don't want to go through some text messages.
Okay.
But she said that is weird, but that she knows that he both wants us in his life. So she's willing to be my friend and to get to know me, because that is what he's asking for her to do. So even if it's as a friend, she was just going to do that, because she really loves him. And she told me how like he gave her an experience that she never had before. And she was just really in love with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, you know, I responded. I don't know how I responded. I told her, you know, this is weird. but I'm willing to get to know you as well. And basically we just planned a date and we agreed for a Friday. And yeah, that didn't really go as planned. We agreed to meet on a Friday just to have dinner, all three of us. I just wanted us two because it's kind of, I can't talk in front of him, you know, like it's weird.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to be us two, but she didn't feel comfortable. So I was just like, all right, that's fine, just us three. So we decided to go to Made in Puerto Rico and, you know, have a drink and stuff like that. So the next day.
Oh, he thought he was lit. He took you to the most lit spot.
Next day, that day of, you know, I spoke to him. I was like, hey, you know, she reached out to me. We're gonna, you know, meet. And he acted like he didn't know, but I knew he knew. Like, you know, I know you talked to her. So then that next day, which was a Wednesday, I usually pick him up from work, and he had told me that she came over to his job to talk about
inappropriate.
Yeah,
completely so inappropriate.
Like, I mean, I don't remember. I don't think he asked me, but it was just like, hey, he let me know that she was coming over. And I was just like, all right, I already knew. This was like in the middle of the day. I already knew, like, all right, I pick up all the time. This is like a setup, I feel like, you know?
Wait a second. Are you guys, when this is happening, are you guys a couple, a title? Are you guys together again?
We are a couple. Yeah, we're together.
Okay, so
we're going to be together.
This so far, because I already know a little bit more of the story. You told me a little bit of it yesterday, but this so far to me sounds like a complete arrangement. It sounds like he really wants to be with her, and he's like, listen, the only way, and without you in the conversation, the only way we can make this happen and that I can give you a shot is if you are buddy with her. And you need to do this. Because why would she feel so inclined to just show up on a Wednesday? It's inappropriate. At the end of the day, everyone knows you're with him.
It was to check the temperature. It was to check the temperature before they go to a public place. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything key.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely feel like it was set up, like I was kind of ambushed. Because they both
feel ambushed right now.
You know, they both knew and I didn't. So she's at his job, you know, he's like, oh, are you gonna still pick me up? And I'm just like, yeah, you know, of course. And he's like, oh, she's here. And I'm like, it's fine, you know. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm on my way, I'm driving over there. I'm so like, I'm kind of nervous, but then I'm like, I'm not pussy. Like, I'm just gonna walk in there, like, you know, like, this is my man, and you know, we're, you know, like, it is what it is. So I walk in, you know, first thing I do, I give him a kiss and I said hi to her. And I gave her a hug. You know, I'm a friendly person. There's no beef. And I'm just like, how are you? How was your day? And we start talking about work and all that. I didn't really want to start talking about anything right there, like just other than work, but nothing personal, because it was a weird environment. And so yeah, we had like 30 minutes to closing. He closed the shop and he was like, hey, do you want to take her home? And I was like, I'm not going to make her take the train, you know, like, of course. So she sits in the back seat, I'm in the front, he's driving, we take her home. And as she was leaving, she gave him a kiss on the lips. And I was looking this way, all I heard was the, like, you know, the lips touching. So I'm just like, at this moment, my heart sank. Like, I was just like, you know, it wasn't a feeling like, bitch, like, what the fuck you doing? You know, it was more of like, whoa, like, I'm surprised, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, did that really just happen?
It is so fucking inappropriate. But is it not so inappropriate? Like,
it was so
where are the boundaries?
Like, you
in your fucking car after
and
that's your man, like, you picked her
she
up.
reached over and she kissed him. I was just like, wow, you know. And we stood there for a while. He knew like there was something wrong because I wasn't even looking. I was just like staring outside the window, and he's just like looking at me like, are you okay? And I
gotta tell you, I would have gotten out the car.
And then this dude asks me for a kiss.
No.
He asked me for a kiss right after he kissed her. So I looked at him and I laughed, and I'm just like, not trying to be disrespectful, but like, I was just like, I don't want to be mean, but are you dumb? Like, are you dumb? Why would you just kiss her? Why would I kiss you? And he's just like, oh, you know, like, it just happened. I didn't know she was going to do that. And I was just like, so the first thing that he should, for her to do that. I mean, obviously, when you saw her, she gave you a kiss, because she's not going to just give you a kiss goodbye. So she must have gave you a kiss hello as well.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, what the hell is, is going on, And he was just like, oh, when we get home, we talk about it. And we did. And he was just like, I really feel like we can be something, And at this point, like, I'm very vulnerable. I'm very weak, and I'm heartbroken, And I'm also open to new things, but I also know what I want. I know that I'm not a lesbian, and there's nothing wrong with being a lesbian, but for me, I prefer just guys, like I experienced it, and I'm good. If I was a lesbian, I would have been a lesbian, And just, I don't know, like I'm a competitive person. I'm competitive at work, with sports, with anything I do. I never had to be competitive in my relationship, like it was a problem. Like I wouldn't want to make this girl feel like, like me being mean to her or anything, with me, being on purpose. And I don't know, he was just trying to introduce that, and he gave good ideas, like, imagine the income. And I was just like, yeah, imagine the income, like 3 incomes. Okay.
Oh my God, this guy is a masochist.
Like, and
I would have been like, yo, how about, all right, so get 2 jobs, motherfucker, not 2 bitches.
Here's my thing. Here's where he lost me, right? Because if he would have gone about this in the different way, and the what I mean by that is by putting you first and the respect to you first, I would say, you know what, I can understand where he's coming from, and I see what he's doing, and maybe he as well is trying to be open and try something new and whatever. But the fact of the matter is that he has not been paying attention to your cues. He has not been paying attention to your body language and what you're saying. Nope. And the fact that you say, are you dumb? Like right after, like, why would I do that?
Exactly.
That should have been a cue for him to say, you know what? I'm so sorry that she just kissed me right now. I don't know if that made you feel uncomfortable, but it's what she's used to, and it came out of nowhere. He could have done that, and I'm sure you would have been like, what can I say? What can I say? Exactly. That's on her. But also, she disrespected you because he has given her reason to. Exactly. He has given her reason to not take you seriously, which is why she feels so froggy to do the things that she's doing in front of you, and to be so open to message you like this so randomly. This is not even something that's gradual within a year. This is like from this 24 hours, bro.
Oh my God, it gets so much worse. It's like, this is all happening within a month and a half. It only lasted.
I am impressed.
So, I kind of agreed to it, and I did it to myself. I allowed it to happen. I agreed. I was just like, you know what, let me just try this. I don't hate this girl. I'm more curious of how far he's going to take this. But at this point, I'm just like, every day, I'm getting numb to it, and I'm just not loving you anymore. I'm looking at you like, wow, because I told you I don't feel enough, like, am I not enough for you? It's just like, why do you want this girl around? Like, am I not making you happy? Like, like, I just question.
He tried to pimp you, bro. This is a pimp tactic to break down secure, and then she's gonna give her body to somebody else because she feels so insecure about her body. Yo, this is straight pimp tactics.
And so crazy. He doesn't seem like anything was wrong because he was so honest. And like, I appreciate the honesty, but like, people make choices every day. You have to make a choice, and you decided to do this, and it is what it is. But so that night we talked about it. I was just like, you know what, let me just try it. I don't hate this girl. I'm very curious about her. And, he also hit me with that. I feel like she can help you in ways, because she is a nurse. She is a mental health advocate, and she's a great girl. I really have nothing bad to say about her.
Whoa, no,
hold on a second. Stop that, girl. No.
You can't be a mental health advocate.
No, wait. Go ahead, honey.
Listen, you can't be a mental health advocate and know what the fuck you're doing to this woman. Because how it felt when she probably went back with you. Like, get the fuck out of here.
This is why I believe that it was a plan. And if it wasn't a plan, it's something that they have something strong that they don't care about either one of you, girl.
What I felt in the beginning was that, okay, this girl's trying to come in, trying to sneak her way in, and trying to like, she knows that me and him are rocky, and she knows that, if I accept this girl, like if she's coming into my life, she knows that I would never be with him ever again after that. Like, you know, like I would never be with him after what he did to me.
Yo,
like,
you just didn't want to catch a L. That's what I see.
Me? Yep. I can tell you, I would admit it, and I admitted to her and him. I told him, I'm sorry, but yes, I am being selfish. I'm being selfish. We had, this was later on. I'll get to that point, but let me finish what happened. So that night, went to sleep, boom, the next day we picked her up from work, we bought a bottle, came to our house, right? So we drinking, we still haven't had a personal conversation yet. We're just trying to, you know, sip and trying to loosen up a little bit. And then she asks me, do you want to talk? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you know what? Let's just have Justin step to the side and you and I talk. I said, okay. She started first. She asked, like, should I start first? And I was like, yeah, because I'm not a big talker. I'm like, I like to just observe and just, you know, be quiet. And I don't talk about my feelings. So, you know, she was just like, I know this is weird. And I know he spoke to you already about us all being in a relationship. She said that she was down, that, you know, she's been with a girl before, so she has experience. And she also tried to reassure me. She tried to say, she did say that I would always have the upper hand, that I will always be number one, that she'll always respect me and know her place and know my place and know that I will be the one to marry him and have his kids and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay. And then I spoke. I didn't really have much to say other than, you know, like, I've never been with a girl, so this is going to be really hard for me. I don't know how this is going to work. And I told her how I feel about the sharing. I don't like to share. I'm not a jealous person, but I just don't like to share, you know, and that's just what it is.
This is not something you have to share either.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. And that this was not in my plans, you know, like, this is something that I have to like get used to. And I also made sure that she knows that this is not something that I'm agreeing to. I'm trying. That means I can always back out if I like as well.
Of course.
Like, this is not a forever thing. You know, and she was just like, okay. And that was that. We hung out, and that night went on. She stood over for the next 3 days.
Hold on a second. It says the meeting will end in 10 minutes, but but before it does, hold on, because we could just start it up again. But
okay,
yeah, we just gotta use the same number.
Here's my question. She's a mental health advocate. She said that you'll have the upper hand. I'm a little confused as to what her future looks like, because if she's saying that this guy is like, she loves him and he makes her feel like no other, how can you tell the future and know what could transpire between, if y'all turn into a sexual relationship, right? How does she know she can't get pregnant first or something? How does she know where the love is gonna go? How does she know how that's gonna move? And how could she give it up so quickly in the beginning of the conversation? Like, that doesn't even make sense. That's some Miss Cleo shit. Like, she's already 14.
They're finessing. They're saying everything to finesse.
That's what I'm thinking.
Out of all three of us, she was always the calmest. She was always the one who was just regular, you know, like try to make us feel comfortable. Like, you know, we were all three be in a room. He would be nervous and, you know, I'll be quiet and she'll just be regular. Like, it wasn't like, it was normal to her, you know, like, it was so, and I was just like, how can you be like this? Like, it's how, like, you know, it's just, she says she's adjusting, like she adjusts fast and stuff like that, but it was just so normal to her. I also forgot to mention that during when I had moved out, I had bought a ticket to LA. So when I had met her, those 3 nights that she stood over, those 3 nights, the 4th night I had went to LA. So we only really spent 3 days before, like 4 days actually, before that all happened, before I had to go to LA.
And what was that like for you, those 3 days? What was that? What happened? Like, if you don't mind sharing.
All right. Honestly,
the bitch stayed there, I'm sure.
Those were
stop calling women bitches.
Those were the worst moments. Like, I've never felt so not enough in my whole entire life. So low, so hurt. Like, there was times where, you know, we shared a bed together and, you know, like I would wake up and turn and see them cuddling, you know, and that hurt me to like the bottom of my heart. Like, intimacy is something like I'm really big on, and to share that with somebody is just like, you know, and even if like, you know, like when you know, we're being a house and he would put his hand on her leg and, you know, kissing her, playing with her hair, and like that should just really like hurt me, where, you know, I would just be like, I'm going to sleep, or I'm just drinking and just smoking it all away, you know, like I'm just really getting numb to it. And the last day, like the day before I was leaving to LA, she said that she was going to go home so we can have our time together before I leave. And that night was so awkward. Like we didn't talk at all. Like he was mad, one, that I was going to LA because I'm going to LA while in the situation. Like one, I bought this ticket a while ago, and two, I'm not going to stop me going somewhere because of this situation. You know?
So basically he wants the world to revolve around him, and he wants you to revolve around him, and he has her revolved around him already.
He was just like, you're gonna go to LA and you're gonna finally realize that I'm a fucked up person. Like he didn't say that, but like, you know, he knows that I was gonna go to LA and just be like, wow, I deserve better, you know, and that's exactly what happened. So
wait, hold on. I need, that's the most narcissistic shit I ever heard. That he knows that if he doesn't have his clutches on you, that you're gonna think outside the box and like be like, wait, what the fuck? Like that's like crazy, like people that kidnap people type shit. Like,
yeah. So that night, it was awkward. We didn't say not one word to each other. We didn't cuddle. We didn't, you know, nothing. And I woke up. My flight was like around 7 a.m. I woke up around like 4 a.m. with the crazy anxiety. I've never had anxiety like that so bad. I cried. Like I woke up crying, and he was just like, you know, and I told him like, I don't feel like I'm enough. I feel like, why? How can you do this to me? I'm hurt. Like, you know, and I cried to him. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, you know, you brought this girl into our relationship. Why would you do that to me? You know, at least break up with me. And, you know, but I feel like I'm not enough. Like,
yeah,
you know, like I can't really remember everything that I said, but it was just so crazy. It was a crazy feeling for me, you know, and it made him feel bad. He was like, damn, I don't want you to go. And I'm just like, I'm still going. Took me to the airport, and I spent a day in LA. That night in LA. No, I spent a night in Vegas, and then I went to LA. So my night in LA.
And wait, and what did he do?
He agreed. We all three agreed before that night that I was gonna go to LA and they were gonna spend their time together. You know, that's when they were gonna spend their time together.
He knows that you are not okay with this. He heard you cry in the morning before getting on the flight. He does not give a flying fuck about your emotions.
He kind of, that night, the next day I found out that she didn't stay over. So she ended up writing me, and she was just like, hey, are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm okay. And she was just like, that Justin told her that I was emotional in the morning, and that it affected him and made him emotional, and it made him, he told her that he didn't want to see her that day or that night or whatever, and that he needed space. And she felt bad, you know? And I explained to her, I didn't tell her what I said because I feel like, you know, that's not really your business. I didn't tell her what I said, but I told her, you know, like, what can I do? You know, like, what can I say? What can I do? Sorry.
Why didn't you tell her adios? Like,
I
can't do this.
Because right now what I'm thinking is like, I am being selfish. So now I'm like,
oh, you don't want to let him, you don't want to let her know that you're chiming out, because then it makes her go harder. I get it.
So I'm just like, right now in my head, I told my friend was like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, listen, if I let this go, I'm gonna be fucking hurt and depressed. Like, let me just be in this relationship and do me, and, you know, like, and have fun, and just slowly just get over this. And then which is so selfish. Like, it's selfish because I was being dishonest with them.
And you were only hurting yourself more.
Exactly. You know, so.
And who cares about it? I'm sorry, but I care about my woman, right? I care about my girl, right? You think I'm gonna let her go to Vegas, LA with her girlfriend, and then I'm knowing that I'm fucking another girl in New York? Like, exactly. You're just telling her go crazy.
Go ahead. And yeah, so while I was in LA, me and her did have a really deep conversation.
And if this doesn't go viral, I don't know.
during this conversation, she asked me how I was doing, and I told her I was fine. And she was just like, girl, like, at this point, like, I know you're not fine, you know, just be honest with me. And I told her, you know, I'm fine, you know, I enjoy your company. And she said she felt the same way, that she felt that it was just good vibes and stuff like that, and that she adapts quickly, whatever. I told her that I was shy, that, you know, I'm sorry that I'm not really talkative, I'm not really being open. And it's honestly because I really don't want to, but I'm trying something, and I feel like at least I should try, you know. And I told her that this experience brought out feelings that I didn't know were there, you know, like insecurities, you know, like I know I have insecurities, but like, you know, I questioned myself, like, all right, you know, I have this girl, you know, it's all us three. I don't hate this girl. I'm not jealous. You know, I know the way I look, I'm confident in myself. What is it? Why do I feel this way? You know? Yeah. And it's just like, I was like, why do I feel this way? And I told her, I feel like, you know, I'm not enough. I told her this too. I told her that I don't feel like I'm not enough. I feel like if I was enough, that he wouldn't want her around, you know, like.
Hold on. So wait, the Zoom is going to cut us off right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new meeting, and I'm going to send you both the thingy, and we'll rejoin this.
Alrighty.
Okay. Keep that thought, because this is like
I got you.
sizzling. All right.
All right.